virtual Omnium today on Morning Move. Let's get it. So what is an Omnium? Well, I'll explain while I warm up. I'm going to take a nice long warm up today because we're going to be doing some big stuff today. An Omnium is a cycling event where you compete in several races over the course of a day or sometimes 2 days. Based on your performance in each of those races, you get points. And at the end of the day, you add up the points. Whoever scores the most points wins. Kind of like a decathlon in track and field. Now there's Omniums that are held on the road and mountain bike Omniums, but most of them are held on the track, and that's what we're going to try and simulate today. A typical track Omnium is going to usually consist of something like a match sprint, then a middle distance time trial, usually 1,000 meters, a longer distance pursuit race, usually on the order of 3,000 to 5,000 meters, and then usually a pack start rate, a mass start race where everybody's on the track at the same time. The idea behind it is that each of those races takes quite a bit of different skills, different abilities, and so at the end of the day you have an idea of who the best overall cyclist is if they can score well in each one of those individual events. So the way that most Omniums start, at least on the track, is with something called a flying 200 meters. The name 200 is the distance you're traveling. Flying means that you're getting a running start. You're moving before you hit the start line. And of all the track events, the flying 200 is my absolute favorite race because it's the fastest. You get to just go out and burn as hard as you can. It's all-out power, speed. It's also a real good measure of bike handling. Usually the way they're set up, you start the race on the middle of the back stretch, come through the curve, finish on the middle of the front stretch. And when you get into that curve, you're carrying a lot of speed. You're really fighting to keep that bike low through the curve to minimize the amount of distance that you have to travel. And it's a lot of work. Your upper body is as sore as your lower body when you're done with that. But it's also, like I said, the most fun. It's just flat out flying. When I do flying 200s, usually finish in about 12 and a half seconds, which truthfully isn't a great time. Most people are going to be in the low 12s, upper 11s. If you look at world class, like Olympic cyclists, for men, they're usually doing it in under 10 seconds, averaging about 45 miles an hour. Women about 10 and a half seconds. So it's a lot of speed, a lot of power. And I want to warm up because that's a full out sprint. I don't want to just jump into it today. Because it's still kind of cold out here. So take a good long warm up, start to feel good, and then we'll jump into it. So nice, round, smooth, good speed. Starting to feel a little warm. Try and get the music queued up in just a second here. Give me a second. Alright, so with the flying 200, because you get a running start, you're going to want to hit it with basically the highest gear you can turn over. So you got that chance to build up speed before you start. So what I'm going to do is gear it up all the way. I got the resistance on the trainer up pretty high. And take some time, build speed, and hit the full sprint. You can try and hold it for, like I said, about 12.5 seconds. So let's cue the music and we'll see what happens.
There's no fear in my eyes, what he looking at? Better look on map. Besides, me not like the eye fight. Me not think such a thing is worth a man's life. But if a man tests my style, I promise he won't like my reply. Boom, bye-bye, like Buju, I'm crucial. I'm a Brooklyn boy, I may take some getting used to. Chain snatching, ain't habit, gotta get it. Same shit in, for Brownsville, the brain British. Fatherless child, mama put double shifts, so the number runners was the only one to hang with it. Before you know it, I'm in the game, bang fit it. Fit no orangutans, piddle kidnaps like oranges. I'm dangerous. Tell me what the name of this shit. I Brooklyn Dodger them, I jack, I rob, I sin, oh man, I'm Jackie Robinson, except when I run base, I dodge the pen, lucky me, luckily they didn't get me, now when I bring the nets, I'm the Black Branch Ricky, from Brooklyn corners, burning branches are sticky, spread love, Biggie, Brooklyn, hippie, I pity, the fool with jewels like Mr. T, with no history in my barrel, they borrow, with no intentions of returning, tomorrow, the sun don't come out for many, like Annie, half off it, mama never had an abortion, papa sorta did, still I managed to live, I go hard, I owe it all to the crib, now please tell me, what the fuck's harder than this?
Circumstance, cross the bridge, face the consequence. Once bitten, now I paid my dues. Risk takers, we break the rules. Get so tough, but I see good. Best I stay high in my neck of the woods now. Let it ring out, it's a warning. Let it be sworn in. Gotta make it stick, working like we blue collar. Flip it to the core, underneath it all we harder. Ride it till it cook, bring it to the floor. One step, give it up more. The road is rough and the streets a mess. Got big cash dreams and a sick death wish. Robbing up the commercial stash. Kill a voice screaming in my head.
400. That's basically the longest distance you can sustain a sprint at. So it's a combination of speed, power, and endurance. Standing stop. We're not going to go with the same, quite as high gear. We still want a good gear, but we're not going to take a top gear out for a full 1,000 meters. We won't be able to sustain it. So we're going to bring gear, bring the bike to a complete stop, get a good start position. I just like to start with the left foot forward. Most people go with the right, it just depends on what's comfortable. First 10-20 seconds is just about building milestones for the race, where you are, where you want to be. Basically for me, the first lap was about acceleration, set the pace. Second lap was basically just about what we had. Third lap turned out everything that I had left into the race. So, last event we're going to do today is the 3,000 meters. Oftentimes they're going to be 5,000 on the track. I think we'll stick to 2,000 here. This could take about 4 minutes. We're going to go with a slightly lower gear. We're going to hit for 1,000. Same standing start. Same. Settle into pace, holding it. This is a race I was never very good at. Never found a really good even pace. It's always too slow. Always felt like when I finished I had too much left. Just never tried to do really well. But we'll give it a go. Bring it right to a stop. Set the pedals. Set. Here we go. Hard. Start pulled up on the handlebars, slamming down on the pedals. Get into rhythm. Hold that rhythm.
If you want to go wash, what are you going to do?
I think I went with too low gear, but
Simulate
simulate track workout, I'm gonna leave it at that gear.
If you want
Just
to
kind
go
of muscle my way
what
through
are
it.
you going to do?
Just about being smooth and consistent. It's not really
If your head is hot,
fun as race,
what a cool
but
Tomo banda
Good
ba
workout.
omilo malo. If your child is grow, what are
try
you
to
going
stay
to do?
smooth, pressure on the pedals all the way around.
If water kill your child, now what are you going to do? Told me back mama when me not no malo.
1 minute in.
The song to the shake, oh malo me oh. Nothing without water.
This middle third is always the hardest part. First third you can push, 'cause you're fresh.